Tim Burchett. He had some things to say about the Kennedy assassination. So take it away, Tim.
Hey everybody, Tim Burchett returning from a oversight committee. We were talking about the John F. Kennedy, President Kennedy's assassination in 1963. Just some incredible testimony from the attending physician in the emergency room, and he told us the way the bullets entered, where they came from, and they came from two dadgum different directions, and there were 4 bullets fired. It was just incredible. Anyway, big cover up, of course. Will we get to the bottom of it? Probably not. The person, you always got a patsy, and it's obviously Lee Harvey Oswald was a patsy. He might have pulled the trigger on one of the bullets, but I don't think on all 3, and that would have been a bolt action, which is a Mannlicher carbine. It's an Italian carbine. I got one somewhere. It was written up in a magazine one time as the only gun that never won a war. Oswald could have walked into a Western Auto and bought an M1 with a scope for under $50 at that time. It was just literally a Western Auto, but he chose a mail order Italian carbine. The whole thing's just crazy. Anyway, we're digging into it. Thank y'all for sending me here.
I think he might be my new favorite politician.
Tim's solid, bro.
He's
Like-
hilarious.
So is the going theory now that one of the shooters was Israeli?
wait.
Maybe they curved a bullet like in Wanted.
Well, you know, I mean, if it wasn't just a single shooter, maybe one of the shooters was Israeli, right?
I didn't know that was on the table.
Mossad, right?
Oh,
that's the.
Or the mob.
Well, one was the mob,
Yeah.
and one
so,
was Mossad.
So it was Lee
Three
Harvey
bullets,
Oswald,
yeah.
a guy in the mob, and then somebody from Israel.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So what do we
Yeah,
get?
it was
Okay,
a
so
kid.
we're gonna go to this here clip, I guess. Oh, do you don't? Do you want to go to it? No.
It's an hour long.
Oh no, never mind.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the overtime.
That guy
The
was
government
like,
lied to us about the Kennedy assassination. U.S. Com.
Yeah, I was just pointing out
Congressman
where
Burchett
it says underneath there. It says the truth about JFK and RFK, the CIA, Mossad. It's like the first. This is
What I tell you. What I tell you.
Number one, number 2.
It gets brought up immediately.
Listen, I love Congressman Burchett. I think if you watch him over the years, he says it like it is. That's probably why he keeps on getting reelected. A lot of the stuff with the UFO, UAP hearings that he was coming out and saying are, again, amazing to watch. Some of me wonders, like, does he do it because in the caucus? Because, like, the way that government all works, the Republicans have a caucus, they have a leadership structure, and they're like, go ahead, man, you just go out there and say what you want to say. And that's kind of what I think, because he's also made some claims. Like, do you remember when there was the fog and everyone's like, oh, I can taste metallic, or it tastes whatever? He literally said that there were Chinese drones off the East Coast that had like motherships. That's what he went on. I think with CNN.
The mist happened.
Yeah, when was the mist, and then with the drones as well. Remember,
Wasn't The
all
Mist
of that
a
was all
movie?
happening.
Yeah, it was. It
Yeah,
was.
Yeah, but with all the drones, all the New Jersey drones, right?
Okay.
And he literally said that there was a Chinese mothership that had like 20 mini drones in it. He made that statement. So you got to take it with a grain of salt, man. I don't know.
I hate politicians by default, but this guy's he's all right. He's one of the good ones.
I mean, I'm kind of curious. I mean, he said he's talking about the rifle. He's like, I got one of them somewhere. Why would you lose a rifle, man?
Maybe he did it.
Yeah.
He's got so many, I'm sure. Yeah, he's from the woods.
He's also like he's Hollywood coded as a Republican politician. Like every Hollywood depiction of a Republican is exactly this guy. He's got a Tibetan nanny he's never paid a day in her life.
Natty. Very specific.
Phil, you've had all names today. All the stories are just a bunch of tough names.
You know,
I'm just saying, not talking ish or anything, but it's
fine. It's fine.
Wait, okay, who did it then?
Oh yeah. Back to the story.
Look, man. Apparently, multiple shooters, so we can spread the blame around.
Yes.
That's fair.
Have options.
Everyone kind of like they drew straws. They're like, who are we going to like officially blame?
Yeah, you know.
I am interested though to see like, do we actually ever get an answer?
Well, the files came out, and everybody that had an opinion read the files, and their opinion was confirmed. All the different opinions, they read the files and they said, see, I was right.
Well,
That actually
subjective.
happened.
Also, anybody who's watched the X-Files knows that the cigarette smoking man was actually the one who
the
killed both
smoking
JFK and Martin Luther
Can we
King.
not talk about cigarettes, please?
Andrew here at work, he has some kind of cool tech IT thing. You know what I mean? I don't know anything about that, but he can look up the whole files, it's 14,000 crazy amount of papers that he could do a search. We should ask him to look up, two shooters.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a special program for it. I mean, I don't know much about it. I'm not an IT dude. I use a hammer, but
Andrew, if you're watching,
He knows, so he knows who did it.
just
Come on.
search the word Israel.
Bring it
what
to your guy.
See
But
if-
honestly, like I said, like with all of the release and all that, everyone has their own theory of all these subjective things. I just tell me what actually happened. And if you say that you don't, and
Someone
this is our
shot
best
JFK.
theory, right? But
That's what happened.
But who it was and what it was, I'm okay with it. It's happened so far, like so long ago. I'll be honest, I don't really care.
agreed.
I really don't. I find it interesting to hear all the different theories. The only thing that I would care about would be if the CIA did it and then all of those people just got away. I would care about that. But then again, I'd say, well, yeah, it's the CIA. They've been doing insane things for a long time.
They've been trying to do insane things. They have not been particularly successful. There are a few things that they got away with that are big names, but the most common name that I've heard for CIA when it comes to people that actually work with CIA, like people in the military, is clowns in action, right? And the best evidence that they really aren't this omnipotent, can do whatever they want whenever they want organization is the fact that Castro lived so long.
Sure.
They went after him. They tried a boatload of different ways, clandestine ways. They tried the Bay of Pigs. They tried all kinds of stuff. And Castro was just like, nope. And Castro was stuck on an island 90 miles off of Florida. True. CIA, they've done some stuff. They did Northwoods. They've done a lot of PSYOP operations. But when it comes to actual like guerrilla stuff or like secretly murdering people, I don't think that they're all that successful. Like they're not batting 1,000 at all. Like
Yeah, well, it's a psyop to the psyop to the psyop.
Well, I mean, they're successful when it comes to like fomenting displeasure in countries. They're successful in getting money to people that don't like the current government and getting those people to fight the current government. They were successful in giving money to what?
Like propaganda-wise?
Yeah.
Well, not just that. I'm talking
social
about
engineering. Social engineering is 100% something.
Well,
they're
not
really
just
good at
that, but
doing.
like the Mujahideen, right? So they were successful in getting Stinger missiles to the Mujahideen in Afghanistan, right? And they didn't get busted for it they didn't get busted for it until after the Soviets were gone.
Okay.
So they were successful in that. But the idea of them doing a whole lot of assassinations, I don't think they're particularly successful. And I think the best evidence for that is, the fact that
Yeah, but what's Israel's track record on assassination?
Mossad.
It's like,
Now
see,
Mossad, they know how to blow dicks up.
maybe if JFK had his own Iron Dome, this would have never happened.
Never happened.
Golden Dome.
Golden Dome.
Golden Dome.
Golden Dome.
Like if USAID had helped, then it would have been some type of psyop.
Yeah, so I mean, look, there are definitely clandestine organizations that are good at stuff, like Green Berets actually are they actually go in and teach militants how to actually fight, and Delta they're door kickers, and those guys are doing that job. But too many people think that CIA does everything,
Right.
Like because they're so clandestine, they're just like, oh, CIA did this and CIA did that. They do psyops mostly, and they don't do. There's not a whole lot of direct action guys. There's a couple guys or a small unit that's like the ground branch guys that actually do security, and sometimes they'll go with like the army guys to go get into gunfights and stuff like that. Like there was a CIA guy on Neptune Spear, like that was the raid to kill Bin Laden. There's at least one CIA guy that went in with them that was all kitted up and stuff, but he wasn't with them. He was actually CIA, but he was there mostly to do terp stuff and identify things.
That sounds like what a CIA guy would say
Yeah,
if he was the
exactly.
front man of a band.
I am not
that traveled
CIA.
all over
Man of a
the
band.
world multiple times. Phil.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.